Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Carr.
Present.
Ms. Crippen.
Present.
Ms. McTaggart. Mr. Ruda.
Present.
Mr. Vaughn.
Present. Dr. Smiley, can you please confirm this meeting is currently being live streamed?
Yes, it is.
Can you please monitor the live streaming throughout the meeting? If there is a problem, please speak immediately so that the technical difficulty can be addressed.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, sir. And this brings us to Parma Proud, and you have the floor, sir.
We have a number of recognitions tonight. If you look out into the audience, it's sort of a who's who of Parma City Schools alumni, faculty, and staff, folks that have really invested quite a bit of time and effort and love into the district and into our children. So we're very excited to recognize a series of them. The first presentation, we're going to give the podium to Mr. Jack Roberts and Mrs. Cynthia Bratz, and they will speak to their respective need this evening.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Smilek, for the opportunity to recognize a very special donor to the Parma City Schools Foundation. For those of you that are not familiar with the foundation, we were started in 2011, and our main mission is to support Parma City Schools and its staff, and most especially its children. So we offer lots of opportunities for kids that might not otherwise be possible because of funding and other circumstances. So happily, we have given many teacher or educator grants. We've also provided scholarships every year and support of many other programs that benefit children and our schools that would not happen. So with that, we're excited to recognize one of our most generous donors, and that's Mr. Michael Vadini. Mr. Vadini, would you come forward, please? We're not done. A 1979 graduate of Valley Forge.
That's right.
All righty, so homegrown,
Yes.
and we are thrilled to have the opportunity to show what a difference our alumni can make if they stay involved in our school district. Mr. Vadini has, for the last couple of years, every month sent a very generous donation to the foundation to support our summer play and arts program. This is an exposure of our students to arts and culture that is so valuable that they may not have any other opportunity at this point in their life to do. The first year we did Sound of Music. Last year we did Oliver, and we're excited to announce that on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we'll be doing The Wizard of Oz, in case any of you are familiar with that. But anyway, let me tell you, we've provided a plaque, which is a tiny bit of our appreciation for your support. And so it says, with sincere gratitude to Michael Vadini for your generous support of the Parma City Schools Foundation Summer Theater Program. It would not be possible without your generosity, and I want to emphasize that. This program wouldn't happen without your generosity. As much as the foundation has been able to do, we would not have the financial ability to support the program that Mr. Jack Roberts has so wonderfully brought to us. So you are making a difference in opportunities for students, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Absolutely. Oh, sure. You want to put this in front?
Yeah.
How about right in
Yeah.
front? How's that?
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
so welcome. Don't go away. Don't go away. Oops, we're gonna switch.
Absolutely. Did you want to get pictures in here?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Can I get in here with you guys? Oh, wait, this is moving.
All right, big smile, there you go. Perfect, thank you so much.
Mr. Roberts wants to say a few words as well?
Yes, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'll just be a moment here. When Michael came to me and we talked 3 or 4 years ago, and he said, "What do you need?" I said, "I need everything." And I gave him a list, thinking, boy, maybe we'll get a little bit of help here or there. Well, in addition to the foundation, Michael has sent a check monthly to Valley Forge High School for their drama program, because they did not have a program for 3-4 years. And Katie Fox and I started that back up, and since then, Chris Bizub has taken over. But also, he has been a most generous donor to the Parma Symphony. And the Parma Symphony is a program that's in coordination with the school board that's at Valley Forge. Our conductor is Dr. Randolph Laycock, a former teacher here. I will just plug it that I hired him in 1979 to show you how old I am. And the symphony has a presentation for Michael here, and I'm going to present you this plaque. It says, "In recognition of service to and in interest of the Parma Symphony." And that's from Dr. Laycock and the symphony. But I want to read Rand's note. Rand has had major brain surgery in the last year for Parkinson's. And he's got his tremors under control, but tonight he could not make it. And I apologize for him, but it's not because he didn't want to be here, Michael. And he writes, "On behalf of the members of the Parma Symphony, I want to thank you for your continued generosity through your financial support of our work in music. Your monetary support has enabled us to perform works we couldn't have afforded." A John Williams piece, by the way, in case you don't know it. If you want to play Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's $2,200 to rent that music for one performance. John Williams got a pretty good deal going. And we're going to do, not only that, we're going to do the national anthem this year, and we're going to do a Star Wars medley at the Christmas concert. We've been able to work with soloists that are coming in from all over the world that we couldn't afford to do. And your commitment to the cultural well-being of the community is appreciated not only by the orchestra and myself, but by everyone in our organization. And we hope that you'll accept this plaque as a grateful thanks for your extreme kindness. Sincerely, Dr. Randolph P. Laycock, Musical Director of the Parma Symphony. And on a personal note, I know I don't look this old, but Michael was my student in 1977, so I had a Vedini and that guy in the back there, a Judge Dobeck, running around my building. So we had some great times, and this is the kind of kid that we had hoped we were teaching and asking them to be able to come back and give back to the community. And here he is. What a great example. Michael, thank you. Get my thing signed.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to let him take the podium now. This is a dangerous move, I guess. Here, let me get out of the way.
It'll be a short 20 minutes. I didn't even really know about this meeting. I'm so thankful for it. So thank you both, and thanks everybody. Yeah, thank you for the recognition. And I was thinking as I'm driving out here, these are our heroes, you know, these teachers. So, that's it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Here, take the box.
Mr. Vedini, thank you very much for certainly your generosity, but also for joining us tonight. Mr. Dobeck, also thank you for your coordination of Mr. Vedini's time tonight. We certainly appreciate the notes and texts we were able to exchange to make this happen. Along those same lines, we also have a group of people, some of them were just standing right here, to recognize. And this is actually my last board meeting with the Parma City Schools. And I really, when I got this opportunity, when I was able to obtain this job, I knew Parma to be what I called at the time an iconic school district. And part of the iconic reference was certainly the rich history and pride that existed in the district for generations and generations, and Ms. Rodini and Judge Zobek certainly are great emblems of that. But I also, when I came, learned very quickly that not only was there a phenomenal history to be proud of, but there was also a social fabric inherent to this organization that continues to sustain experiences and memories and enrichment for our students. And the Parma Schools Foundation, to me, really symbolizes that social fabric. And so tonight, on my last opportunity to have this podium, we wanted to recognize the 4 founding members of the Parma City Schools Foundation, again, founded in 2011. One of them is not able to be here, Barb Filippo, who was really a decorated educator with us as well, was not able to join us tonight. She is ill, but we are fortunate enough to have 3. And I refer to these 4 folks as the Mount Rushmore of the social fabric of the Parma City Schools. The knowledge they have of what was and what is, the commitment they have shown to not only recognizing the past, but continuing to do great things for kids. Last night, in mid-June, on a 90-degree day, when many folks have turned their attention to the summer, have turned their attention to baseball games and sandlots and pools, we had 30 people at a Parma City Schools Foundation planning the next fundraiser, planning the next events, brainstorming ways to continue to do great things for kids and teachers. And that all started, that effort, that organization, that critical piece of the social fabric of the Parma City Schools started with these women. So if you can join me at the podium, please. Cynthia Bratz. You certainly know Cindy for many different roles that she has served, but tonight we are proud to recognize her in this way. Sharon Jones. Sharon was also an extremely distinguished educator. Most people who had her refer to her as their favorite teacher that they ever had.
I pay them.
She went on to be a central office member with our administrative staff, and then went to a distinguished segment of her career with the Educational Service Center and taught most principals how to evaluate teachers. We all went through the Sharon Jones workshop of OTES, and we're all grateful for her. We did. You told me I was spot on once, and I still think it was the best honor of my career. And finally, Nancy Feedback. Congratulations to these women on a Parma Lifetime Achievement Award, and again, thank you very much for their commitment. Push this way just a little. There you go.
Ladies in front.
Perfect, thank you so much.
All right. Can somebody take this to Barb? And finally, we have one retiree who was not able to make it to the last time that we were recognizing retirees, but we certainly wanted to take some time to recognize this incredible administrator, this incredible person, mother, someone who we all really are lucky to have worked with at some point in our careers. Jackie, if you can come up here so I can embarrass you with some kind words. If you know Jackie, this is going to be the most uncomfortable time she's ever spent. But she absolutely deserves these words. Most of them are from Dr. Schneider, who is not able to make it tonight, and I'll address that a little bit later on. And then I've got just a little bit of an ending. Jackie joined Parma City Schools in 1991 as a 5th grade teacher at Thorough Park. She's worked at John Glenn Elementary, Hannah Elementary, Thorough Park, and Greenbrier. In 2011, she became the principal at Green Valley. A few words from her file. Leadership comes naturally to Jackie. She plans ahead, she researches information, she supports staff, she takes initiative, she leads meetings, and shares knowledge. Jackie adds her creative flair to meetings, which adds fun and emphasizes the intended outcome. She often can drop a football reference. I know that right before Ohio State was playing for the national championship, we had a professional development day, and Ryan Day made an appearance at her staff meeting. Not literally, just a video clip. Jackie exercises good judgment and common sense. She is masterful, positive and supportive role, and is a wonderful resource. Distinguished. She has a wealth of knowledge, creativity, and an outstanding work ethic that, when coupled with her energy and enthusiasm, is a winning combination for any group, committee, or school. Very impressive. A true role model of the teaching profession. Gifted in her craft. Superior performance. Your energy, diligence, and consistently positive attitude are contagious. Inestimable performance. I don't even know what that means. That one snuck through. Remarkably impressive. An excellent role model. Wonderful. Dynamic. I continue to be impressed with your energy, vitality, and dynamic performance. I'm enormously pleased with the splendid leadership you provide. Vibrant. Her brisk, business-like approach, coupled with her calm, pleasant demeanor, keeps the students alert. Your leadership is to be commended, a leader of leaders. She exudes confidence in the people's ability to perform. Jackie is a born leader. Our school is a better place because of her. Those are all from her file. Now, just a few notes of my own. When we were interviewing for Green Valley principal, folks would ask, well, what are you looking for? I said, you are replacing a legend. And understand that this woman, during a school day, never took a seat. Ever. I have no idea what her pedometer said, but it had to be at 10 or 12,000 by noon. Never sat down. The positive energy, the leadership she exuded, all of the things that were mentioned, and really much, much more. But one of the pieces that I also want to recognize tonight is Jackie's role, and she told me this story pretty early in our time together. In 2016, the Board of Education, none of these folks here, had decided that they were going to consolidate to one high school. And it was a sort of a snap judgment. There was some errors in a 5-year forecast, and okay, here we go. And Jackie and her peers, as administrators, came together and said, this isn't something that we can just sit by and watch. This is too fast. This isn't for the right reasons. And they drafted a speech called Have You Considered? And Have You Considered laid out 10 to 12 to 15 different reasons why this was not good for kids. That's an extremely difficult position for an administrator to be in. It's very difficult to stand up and essentially oppose something that's being presented by a school board, because essentially you always want to be on the same team. But that moment exemplified the true leader that Jackie is. It's not just at Green Valley, it's in the community. It's for all of the Parma City schools. We are all better for Jackie Marconi. So the last line I want to deliver toward Jackie tonight is, have you considered, have we all considered how lucky we are to have known and worked with a person as selfless, dynamic, and talented as Jackie Marconi? Congratulations on your retirement. Considered all
yeah, have you considered? I just want to say thank you. Any of the accomplishments I have
are because I'm standing on the shoulders of many people. These people have helped me along the way. Obviously, my family, my husband. All right, I have to start cooking, okay? So I don't have him, I would starve. But my family support, my children's support, my sisters, my brothers and sisters, indebted to them. Here in Parma City Schools, Ellen Mives hired me. If you ever want to blame, it's her. And I stand on the shoulders of the former principals, Barb Filippo, E.J. Mahoney, and then on many, many people in the district. Dina McSweeney, who I team taught with, made me a better person, a better teacher. Sharon Jones, going to school with her. Oh my gosh, I was nervous as all get out. And she really pushed me into administration. So there's a lot of people I haven't thanked, but the most important people are the people of my staff. I stood on their shoulders, ran side by side with them, and walked side by side with them, and they've always carried me along. Their energy, their positiveness is through them. So I appreciate my staff at Green Valley and everyone I've worked with. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all of the folks who have attended tonight to help us celebrate the generosity, the connection in the community. Thank you to Mrs. Marconi. Now is a very socially appropriate time to depart. You're certainly welcome to stay, but we do have a business meeting that is pretty perfunctory from this point forward.
Go get ready for us. I'm part of the club now.
Sorry. When you know people, you know people. All right, so here we go. Our fellas done with you. Communications, board members, anything? Ms. Nucio, you got anything?
Yes.
Yes.
Final version of the budget was passed, I think it was yesterday. And I was exchanging texts with Representative Sean Brennan, because the budget's definitely changing, but they said the first year we're gonna lose $3.2 million in the budget, and another $900,000 the second year, so in total that'd be $7.3 million over the 2-year period, which I don't know how we're gonna stay in that. I know it's tough, but we're gonna have to look at all that aspects of our finances, see how we can cope with $7.3 million loss. But there's also other couple changes, and
Excuse me, when's that take place? In the next 2 years?
we have $3.2 million in fiscal year '26, which starts on Tuesday. And then there's another $900,000 in fiscal year '27.
All right.
Does that pass both and now signed by the governor, or is this
Yes,
just?
I believe it passed both, and then now it's to the.
It's going to the governor to sign.
He can do a line item veto, but I doubt he's gonna vote for that. There's other provisions. They agreed on a 40% rollover, which we would have discussion today with people in OASBO, and you don't know 40% of what. There's like, it's not really defined, which number are they taking, so. Another thing is, they wanna make Board of Election races either like Democrat or Republican instead of nonpartisan. I'm not sure what the reasons for that are, but, that's another change.
Did they get rid of inside millage? Did that get part of?
The inside millage, they're gonna keep the inside millage, but there could be another standalone bill. But I think that failed because they got no sponsors, because it not only did it affect school districts, but it affected cities, counties. Here it affects Tri-C.
Yeah, police, fire, and everything, yeah.
The library, the metro parks, and so I think they're all ganging up on them, so they dropped that one pretty fast.
It was a standalone bill, but they could have snuck it into the budget.
They
That's
could,
why I
they
asked.
didn't
I don't know if they
sneak it in.
didn't. There was a big write-up in the Plain Dealer about how they sneak things into the budget. It was in yesterday's Plain Dealer.
So there's a lot of things in the bill, we're still trying to figure out how it affects us. Because
All right,
some of
thank-
the stuff is not really that clear yet.
Thanks for that wonderful news.
Oh, yes.
Anything else? You have anything there?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. Thank you. Public participation, do we have any? No. I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-272, adoption of amendments. We don't have that, sorry. All right, let's try this one. I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-273, approval of the written record of proceedings from June 10th Special Board of Education meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-273. Roll call, please.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-06-273 has been approved. This brings us to business. Mr. Ruda.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-274, authorizing renewal of property, comprehensive liability, school leaders' errors and omissions, and fleet and automobile liability insurance policies.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-274. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-274 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-275, renewal of active shooter workplace violence insurance policy.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-275. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, roll call, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-275 has been approved.
Move to adopt resolution 2025-06-276, authorizing renewal of cyber liability insurance policy.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-276. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-276 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-277, authorizing purchase and installation of bus cameras.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-277. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-277 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-278, authorizing pupil transportation agreement with Suburban Transportation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-278. Any questions or comments from the board? Do we have, can we explain why we're contracting with them?
Yeah, these are, we always
I know we
have sort of a battery of companies that we can turn to in a pinch. Sometimes it's for special education purposes, sometimes it's for a sporting event or some type of extracurricular where we're not able to run a full bus or don't need to run a full bus. So it just continues to give us options if we need them. We internally is always our first option.
Right. So is that why, I see the other pupil transportation agreements here with other ones, it's the same thing, right?
Correct.
As we go. Okay, thank you. Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Kohar.
Yes.
Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-278 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-279, authorizing pupil transportation agreement with JB Safety First Transportation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-279. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-279 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-280, authorizing pupil transportation agreement with Tender Loving Care Transportation Company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-280. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-280 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-281, authorizing pupil transportation agreement with Sunshine Transportation Company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-281. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-281 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-282, authorizing and directing the incorporation of project-specific project labor agreements with the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council for certain capital improvement projects for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-282. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-282 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-283, approving agreement for SFSPAC Food Service Sanitation and Safety Program.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-283. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-283 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-284, authorizing agreement with Project School Nutrition.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-284. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-284 has been approved.
Can I mention something?
Certainly.
And we certainly appreciate your support, but I just, for the public, we want to point out that those are actually paid for not through the general fund. So those are specific from Nutrition Services, who has their own budget. So I don't want anyone to think, do we really need these? This is straight from Emily Gladys's budget that she manages.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-285, approval of extended daycare parent handbook for 2025-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-285. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-285 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-286, authorizing upcycle of obsolete iPads.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-286. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Copart.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-286 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-287, resolution of intent to exchange real property with the city of Parma.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-287. Any questions or comments from the board?
Do you want to comment on this one?
Yes, sir.
This is Renwood for a parcel to our, I guess that would be to our
West.
west here at Normandy. So the city will take over Renwood. I know they're working with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District to hopefully be able to fund some improvements to the site. for that purpose. It is amazing how many times folks have actually come up to me and asked me if it's gonna be low-income housing. If I had a dime for every one of them, I'd probably have $1.20. So it is not budgeted for low-income housing. It will be recreational purposes at Redwood. The playground that we've continued to maintain will exist there. We will pick up a nice parcel here, and certainly, as we turn over to Mr. Pollack and Dr. Hunt, it's a nice piece of property where we currently envision a potential maintenance shed. The maintenance shed would actually allow us to continue to facilitate the movement of central office from Parma Park to Arlington. Right now, Arlington has too much maintenance still left in it, so we need a different place. So this still has some I's to dot and some T's to cross, just in terms of legalese, but we felt it was important for the city's planning purposes to actually memorialize our intent to continue to move ahead with that property swap. That is the purpose of tonight's resolution.
Thank you. Mr. Nucio.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-287 has been approved.
Unless another board member has something to discuss, this will conclude business.
Thank you, Mr. Ruda.
You're welcome.
To curriculum, Ms. Krupik.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-288. Approval to enter into an affiliation agreement between the Career and Technical Education Job Training Experiential Learning Program and of the Parma City School District and Gordon Food Service.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-288. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes. Resolution 2025-06-288 has been approved. And you second it.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-289. Approval to enter into an affiliation agreement between the Career and Technical Education Job Training Experiential Learning Program of the Parma City School District and Baldwin Wallace College.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-289. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-289 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-290. Authorization to renew IXL Learning Digital Student Platform.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-290. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-290 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-291. Authorizing purchase of Talking Points communication platform for the 2025-2026 school year.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-291. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-291 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-292. Approval of Parma City School District First Step Preschool Family Handbook revised for 2025-2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-292. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-292 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-293. Approval of the 2025-2026 Parma City Schools Student Parent Handbook.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-293. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, resolution 2025-06-293 has been approved.
Unless some other board member has anything to discuss, this concludes curriculum.
Thank you, Ms. Kerpick. It's on to finance, Ms. Kohar.
Yes, I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-294, approval of the May 2025 financial report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-294. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-294 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-295, ratifications of investments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-295. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-295 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-296, approval of healthcare process consulting, Inc. service agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-296. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-296 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-297, contributions and donations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-297. This is a time I thank everybody for donating and remembering Parma City School District. So it is fantastic that you guys are that generous to our school district. We appreciate it. So thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-297 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-298, adoption of fiscal year 2025 final appropriations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-298. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-298 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-299, adoption of fiscal year 2026 permanent appropriations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-299. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-299 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-300, approval of petty cash change funds for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-300. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-300 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-301, approval of request to advance funds.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-301. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-301 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-302, approval of an agreement with BMI Audit Services.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-302. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Kerpick?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-302 has been approved.
Unless another board member has anything else to discuss, this will conclude finance.
Thank you, Ms. Cohart. So on to human resources, Ms. Kerpick.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-303. Approval of the following certificated exhibits: confirmation of certificated appointments, confirmation of certificated replacements, confirmation of stipend amounts, confirmation of supplemental appointments, confirmation of supplemental contracts, approval of certificated non-compensated leaves of absence, acceptance of certificated resignations, acceptance of certificated administrative resignations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-303. Any questions or comments from the board? Do you want to talk about that now? No? Okay.
End of the meeting, if that's all right.
All right. Good enough. Roll call, please.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-303 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-304. Approval of revised administrative salary schedule.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-304. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-304 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-305. Approval of revised supplemental salary schedule.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-305. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes. Resolution 2025-06-305 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-306 to approve association leave of absence and terms and conditions for same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-306. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes. Resolution 2025-06-306 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-307. Approval of the following classified exhibits: confirmation of classified appointments, confirmation of classified replacements, confirmation of classified change of assignments, and acceptance of classified resignations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-307. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-307 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-308. Confirmation of classified administrative appointments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-308. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Kerbick?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohar?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-308 has been approved. And Dr. Smilek, you want
Yes.
Introduce
Mr. Pollock,
Mr.
if you
Pollock.
can stand, sir.
Just trying to get clarification on that degree.
We'll get to that point in a second here. We welcome Greg to the Parma City Schools. He is going to take over certainly the position that was just officially titled. But if you can remember Alan Maculin, who some of you may or may not have heard of during his 35. He was kind of a quiet guy, really kept to himself. That's a little sarcasm for you, Greg. So Alan retired recently, and we're grateful for his services, but we're also very grateful to bring Greg onto the team. Greg has been in the education field for over 30 years, served as an assistant principal at Painesville, Riverside, and Aurora, a principal in Aurora, human resources director in South Euclid-Lyndhurst, transportation coordinator in Brunswick, and operations director at Medina Buckeye, as well as being a middle school computer teacher in Brecksville. He has served districts of varying sizes and settings, including urban, rural, and suburban. Mr. Pollock received his undergraduate degree from Westminster College in Pennsylvania, and his master's and EDS degrees, educational specialist degrees, from Kent State University. He's been married to Lori for 34 years. They have 2 adult children. Mitch just graduated from the University of Michigan's Ross School of Business, and his daughter Emma will graduate from the Ohio State University in August with her PhD in?
She just told me chemistry.
Okay. All right.
Material sciences, it's complicated.
Very, very impressive. I know that the team that interviewed had a very clear consensus, and we always hope for that when we go through interview processes. And Greg's wealth of knowledge, but also the fact that he had experience as a principal really sold the group. So we're thrilled that you are joining our team, Greg. If we can give a round of applause. Would you like to say, sir?
Tuesday morning.
I already have some ideas for you.
All right.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Oh, we did,
We did roll call, we're on 309.
we're on 309.
Thank you, I got lost. I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-309, revision of the financial data manager job description to benefits manager and adoption of revised job description.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-309. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-309 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-310, revision of the assistant treasurer job description and adoption of revised job description.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-310. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-310 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-311, creation of Director of Communications and Public Relations position and adoption of the job description.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-311. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-311 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-312, authorization to release from employment during probationary period classified employee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-312. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-312 has been approved.
I move to adopt resolution 2025-313, approval of the tentative agreement between the Parma City School District Board of Education and OPSI Local 165 Children's Services Agency.
Should say no six.
Should I read it?
Yeah. Just,
Do you want
should
me
say
to?
11.
It doesn't have 06 on it. Do you want me to reread it with 06?
Yeah, because it's actually 06, so you.
Yes, you need to have 06.
Oh, okay. I move to.
You just,
It's not 06.
that's fine.
You read it.
Okay. I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-313, approval of the tentative agreement between the Parma City School District Board of Education and OPSI Local 165 Children's Services.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-313. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Ms. Nucio.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-313 has been approved.
I just comment on that one too. First of all, thank you to Ms. Filippelli for her leadership with OPSI leadership as well. Just wanted to clarify that the Children's Services is also a self-sustaining program. So their contract's a 3-year, but that is related to the fact that it really is a separate entity. That they are part of the rest of the OPSI umbrella.
Thank you.
Unless another board member has anything to discuss, this concludes Human Resources.
Thank you, Ms. Kirkpatrick. On the policy, Ms. Cohart.
Yes, I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-314, approval of the following new policies. Policy 5780.01, Parents' Bill of Rights.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-314. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, Mr. Nucio.
Ms. Cohart?
Yes.
Ms. Gerbeck?
Yes.
Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
Yes, resolution 2025-06-314 has been approved.
This brings us to first reading of following revised policies. Policy 1130, conflict of interest. Policy 3113, conflict of interest. Policy 4113, conflict of interest. Policy 6110, grant funds. Policy 6111, internal controls. Policy 6112, cash management and of grants. Policy 6114, cost principles -- spending federal funds. Policy 6325, federal grants funds. Policy 6550, travel payment and reimbursement / relocation. Policy 7310, disposition of surplus property. Policy 8310, public records. Policy 6151, insufficient funds checks. Policy 2260.02, single gender classes and activities. Policy 5330, use of medications. Policy 5223, release time for religious instruction during the school day. Policy 2265, protections of individual beliefs, affiliations, ideals, or principles of political movements and ideology. And that concludes policies, unless any other board member has anything else to add or discuss.
Thank you, Ms. Kohar. All right. Information, thank you, Ms. Kohar. Information requested by the board, anybody? All right, before I open the meeting to everybody, Charlie, I know you requested us not to say anything or do anything for your last meeting, but this is your last meeting with us. And I would be remiss if I did not say good luck to you. Please be the doer of deeds for Pickerington. You certainly were here. I can remember 7 years ago, hiring you on, you had darker hair then, a little more, less weight, a little trimmer. So
That's mean.
That's mean, that's just honest. But so was I. So I had a lot darker hair then too, and I was much thinner. So, but I do have this for you, but this is from the board. And you can open it later.
Okay.
You can open the card if you like.
The commencement.
Yeah, well, okay.
And now we're gonna play On Eagle's Wings.
Just leave a little tardy.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
You would remember.
You should be able to.
Do you want me to say a few words now, or?
Absolutely, if you like to.
All right, so first, this is actually not necessarily related to me, but you may recognize that Carl Schneider is not here tonight, and Carl Schneider is actually in Bedford accepting a job with the Bedford City Schools. He will be the Executive Director of Human Resources and Operations in Bedford. He decided it was time to pursue a different chapter in his career. He's been lifelong Parma, and sometimes it's great to see something else and get a fresh start. I want to say this about Carl. He'll be here until August 1st, but Carl, when I started with the district, was the principal of John Muir, and he had just moved John Muir from a D on the old report card system to a B, which really was a phenomenal accomplishment. And we knew we put him on the teacher negotiation team. We knew he was really an up-and-coming leader. And when we knew that we were going to have to go through consolidation, he was an easy choice to lead that process. If you think about what we did really in the course of a summer, closing Parma Senior High, and reorganizing all of the students and the teachers from Parma Senior High, also Renwood, also Parma Park, was really a daunting task. And quite frankly, most school districts wouldn't even embark upon both a high school closing and two elementaries, one being repurposed, one being closed. And Carl managed all of the logistics of that and did so in a way that really it was a seamless opening to that following school year. And that was thanks to his diligence. What I really most appreciate about Carl's leadership is that he invested significant time with the people who would be most affected, the teachers, the principals, getting their input into what was necessary, how this could be managed in a way that was least disruptive to the important work they do. And we will certainly miss Carl. I know I've been taught this by one of the folks I was lucky enough to work for. Organizations move on because organizations have to move on. And I know that Dr. Hunt will continue to recruit a phenomenal team. He still has Dr. Cruz at his
Right.
right-hand side.
Still here.
And certainly, Dr. Cruz has acclimated herself extremely well throughout the district as well. But I'd be remiss if we didn't say a few words about Carl. I also want to thank this Board of Education, and I'll try to be brief, but it's actually sort of difficult. First, Mr. Vaughn. I met Mr. Vaughn in Columbus, OSBA, 2017, and had some good conversations with him, and Mrs. Karpus, and Mr. Schweitzer, and they really together were instrumental in changing the direction of the school district. If you think back to what we said before about Mrs. Marconi's, have you considered, that was sort of a different regime and a different time, and really they worked through some volatility. And Steve told me, he said, I had two goals when I ran for school board. Number one was to restore civility to our school board meetings, and number two was to get rid of pay for play. And he accomplished both of those. He also, and I can't stress this enough, he got thrust into some positions that really were just extremely difficult. When we went through that board meeting at Parma Senior High on a Saturday afternoon, and we had 3 television cameras pointing at us, and we went through painstaking detail of why we had to go through that with that move. Mr. Vaughn was in the line of fire there, and he stood firm, knowing that this was what we had to do for the future of the district. And sometimes we don't choose our moments choose us, and his leadership during that period was unwavering, and we are a better district for it. So if we can clap for Steve. When Mr. Ruda won his board election, I reached out to him and said, can we have breakfast? And we met at Tony's, and I've had a few breakfasts at Tony's.
We've had 1 or 2 there.
And I said, nice to meet you. And he said, oh, no, we met once before. And I said, oh, we did? And he reminded me, Mr. Ruda was relatively passionate about some of the steps we took during the COVID era. And one of them, for just a few days, but we shut down fall sports. And every district was sort of searching, what do we do here? And we weighed that for a while. I don't think it lasted more than 3 or 4 days. But parents organized a protest at Byers Field. And I went just to take some questions and listen to what was going on, and at least explain my side to the parents who showed up. And there was this gentleman who was literally so angry he was bouncing up and down like a pogo stick. And he was yelling at me, literally yelling at me, calling me a liar. And I finally looked at him. I said, "Listen, if you think I'm lying, why are you even here to listen to what I'm saying? Just go start your protest." And so when he sat down and introduced himself, and I remembered, I said, "Oh my gosh, wow, this is going to be interesting." But here's what I want to point out about Mr. Rue. We had about a 45 or 50-minute conversation, and some of it was about our personal lives, and you obviously try to get somebody to know somebody on a personal level. When I went home and checked my email, and that first conversation we had at Tony's, not all of it was easy. When I went home and I checked my email, he had reached out and he said, you talked about the struggle you had with almost losing your daughters after your first divorce. And I can't even imagine how hard that was. So as much as we came to this at ideological different viewpoints, he was looking to build a bridge. He was looking to listen. He was looking to become a part of the team. And I can't thank him enough. And he and I know this, and some other people might know the stories, but I don't know that I'm sitting here tonight if he hadn't been objective and he hadn't listened to our side and seen what we are trying to work to do for the kids of Parma. In fact, I probably wouldn't be here. I know that he's lost some support in the community because he was willing to see the whole picture. Mark, I enjoy your friendship, and I am extremely grateful for our time together. Linda Kohar, I knew as a councilwoman, and when we were going through building our future, we broke down the results of the past election. And there was one ward between Parma and Seven Hills that we won. And it was Linda Kohar's ward. And I remember saying it to the Building Our Future folks, that's not an accident. Linda walks her streets. Linda knows her folks, and Linda has been extremely pro-school. And that has never changed. You are a true public servant. You are here to do everything that you can for the betterment of your city. Your tireless work during those difficult election periods helped us. We didn't get over the mountain, but we wouldn't have gotten as high up the mountain without you, Linda. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you, and I wish you nothing but the best as you go forward and continue to serve.
Thank you so much.
Brittany Kirkpatrick is a quiet force. She may not say a lot at meetings, but I'll tell you, in policy committees and in conversations, her opinion is clear. And she, despite the fact that she doesn't bring a tremendous amount of experience in education, has acclimated herself extremely well to our team. She has advocated for policy changes. She has advocated for things that she thinks will make our school district better for our kids and for our community. And she continues to connect with a base of folks that we really need on our team. And we really need to see in a different light. And she is a tremendous advocate. She has become one through her work on the board. In addition to that, she is the only member of our, I'm sorry, she's not, Mark, you do too. She entrusts us with her child, which I think speaks volumes, because there are many different options in the year 2025. I said, I'm sorry, Mark. But Camus is a first step firefly, and we always love seeing all the pictures of Camus that come through that Mrs. Savilic, of course, loves to take. But it's been a pleasure to serve with you, Brittany, to serve you, that is, and I wish you nothing but the best as you go forward. So, I wanted tonight to be about thank yous, to the foundation, to be about thank yous to our board, to be about thank yous to Carl. But I really would also like to thank our community. I have loved our 7 years. I know that we had some grand visions that we weren't able to accomplish, but I promise you that what we were able to accomplish internally in terms of instruction, in terms of programming, on a budget that just only gets tighter, I'll always be proud of. And that is not a singular accomplishment, that is a communal accomplishment, that is our staff, that is our faculty, that is our parents, that is our PTAs, that is our social fabric, that is our associations that are represented here tonight. I'm extremely grateful for our 7 years. I know that we say, I'm not going to be a stranger. I commit to that. I actually did start a scholarship in my father's name, so he will be here every year presenting. And unfortunately, at some point, he'll probably move on, and I'll be here to present for him. I really, really admire our families and know that they all are doing the best they can to provide great experiences for our kids. And I have loved the service to them and to all of you for my 7 years. So thank you for a great run.
We do have one public participant, Ms. Cindy Potts.
Oh,
You still want to speak?
I do.
Okay.
Of course you do. Yeah. Steve, you've known me long enough. Over here, this one? Okay.
Yeah, you can, whatever. I'm gonna forego reading all this though, because I'm sure you're not gonna do any of that.
Oh,
So
where I
please
live.
speak.
Oh,
Please speak.
all right. Cindy Bratz, 5445 Huntington Reserve Drive, Parma, Ohio. Anything else?
Nope,
No.
you're good.
Okay. All right. Before I start my remarks, welcome, Mr. Pollock.
Thank you.
I hope you had a great experience here. I'm sure you already know, you know, a lot to work with here, so best wishes to you for much success. And Dr. Hunt, welcome to you again to Parma City Schools. Talked briefly in the past, and your success is our success. So welcome, and we're looking forward to good things for our kiddos. All right, thank you. Okay, can't let tonight go without talking about this guy. I didn't get the memo about not doing anything, so I've had the great good fortune of working with Dr. Smilik in many different capacities the last 7 years. And I never cease to be amazed at the energy and the effort that he puts forth into being superintendent in our community. He has, from before he even started, long before he even started, from the minute he got hired, you saw him everywhere. Every place, every event, everything, meeting everybody, learning about the social fabric of Parma Heights and Seven Hills, and building relationships with people, not just in the district, but across the community. And that's always been so impressive to me. Helping our community understand the value of public schools. And you worked so hard. I know some things didn't get done that you would have liked to get done. We all would have liked to see done, but that's not your fault. I think there's a whole lot of other dynamics that fed into that unfortunately we couldn't overcome. But Charlie, thank you over and over and over again. Could stand here all night and say thank you for all that you've done for the school district. We are better because of you. We have improved because of you. Our staff has benefited because of you. Our students have benefited because of you. And our community has benefited because of you. So thank you for all that you've done. Tireless efforts every day, all the time, in the buildings, in the community, every place, making those relationships. And it's made a big difference that will continue here, I'm sure. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bratz. All right, so I move to adopt resolution 2025-06-316 to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
We have motion and a second to adopt resolution 2025-06-316. Roll call, please.
Mr. Vaughn.
Yes.
Mr. Ruda.
Yes.
Ms. Cohar.
Yes.
Ms. Kermit.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Dr. Smilik, we're going to get a photo. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, 1 second, I
When
can
you're ready.
stop the screen, but I'm ready to be there.
Photo.